This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's roundup. We have a packed episode covering everything from major music industry feuds to royal family controversies, and some deeply personal revelations from your favorite stars. Let's get started.
Zayn Malik and Louis Tomlinson allegedly brawled over a comment.
Ice Spice gets slapped during an unprovoked McDonald's attack.
Justin Theroux and Nicole Bryden Bloom welcome a baby boy.
Brooke Hogan regrets being left out of Hulk's will.
Andrew Lloyd Webber opens up about his secret alcoholism battle.
Maren Morris details a nightmare first relationship with a woman.
Meghan Markle faces backlash over a brief Australian retreat appearance.
The Duggar family reacts to Joseph's shocking criminal charges.
First up,
The long-awaited reunion between Zayn Malik and Louis Tomlinson has reportedly ended in a physical disaster. While fans were hopeful that their joint Netflix docuseries would finally heal the rift following Liam Payne's passing, reports now suggest a violent altercation occurred at a bar. Allegedly, the tension peaked when Zayn made a disparaging remark about Louis's late mother, Johanna Deacon, who passed away in 2016. This is an incredibly sensitive topic, as the two originally fell out when Zayn failed to support Louis during a tribute performance years ago. The report claims Zayn punched Louis while wearing rings, resulting in a cut and a concussion for Louis. It is a heartbreaking turn for a friendship that seemed to be on the mend for the sake of their shared history and late bandmate.
the fallout from this alleged brawl has been swift and seemingly permanent. Insiders claim the two haven't spoken in 6 months, and Netflix has reportedly pulled the plug on the entire documentary project. It is a massive blow to the One Direction fandom, which has been mourning Liam and looking for a silver lining in the remaining members' connection. The fact that the fight happened in public, in front of many witnesses, adds a layer of embarrassment to an already tragic situation. While neither camp has officially confirmed the details of the punch or the specific insults traded, the cancellation of the high-profile Netflix deal speaks volumes. It seems the wounds from their past were simply too deep to bridge, even with the shared grief of losing a friend, to bring them together.
Now let's shift to...
Ice Spice found herself in the middle of a chaotic scene at a Hollywood McDonald's this week. Footage surfaced showing a woman approaching the rapper's booth, repeatedly asking where she was from and trying to force her way into the seating area. When Ice Spice and her friend tried to ignore the intrusion, the situation turned violent. The woman allegedly slapped Ice Spice across the face, sparking a full-blown scuffle that involved people jumping over tables and phones being smashed. Ice Spice's attorney, Bradford Cohen, has already confirmed they are pursuing legal action, both criminally and civilly, against the perpetrators. They are also looking into the restaurant's security protocols, or lack thereof, during the early morning incident. It is a scary reminder of how quickly a public outing can turn dangerous for high-profile celebrities.
Despite the intensity of the attack, Ice Spice managed to keep her signature wit, later joking on social media that this wouldn't happen at Wendy's. However, the other side of the story is emerging as well. The woman involved, identified as Vaya, spoke to media outlets claiming she only approached the table to offer compliments. She alleges that the rapper was disrespectful and called her a name, which prompted the physical response. Regardless of the verbal exchange, the video evidence shows a significant escalation that left Ice Spice and her friend on the ground at various points. The rapper's team is clearly not taking this lightly, emphasizing that the attack was unprovoked. It remains to be seen how the LAPD will handle the reports, but for now, Ice Spice seems focused on her safety and perhaps a change in fast food preference.
Next up,
On a much happier note, Justin Theroux is officially a father. The 54-year-old actor and his wife Nicole Bryden Bloom announced the arrival of their first child, a baby boy, with a touching social media post. The black and white photo featured the newborn resting on a shirtless Theroux, captioned with a simple but powerful message about being in love. This news follows a very private journey for the couple, who married in a secret beach ceremony in Tulum just last year. While they kept the pregnancy relatively quiet until a red carpet appearance in December, the joy in their announcement is palpable. Famous friends like Tan France and Brenda Song were quick to offer their congratulations, celebrating this new chapter for the couple who have been linked since early 2023.
this marks a significant milestone for Theroux, whose previous high-profile marriage to Jennifer Aniston was often the subject of intense public scrutiny regarding family planning. Since his divorce from Aniston in 2017, Theroux has maintained a lower profile regarding his romantic life until meeting Bloom. Nicole, an actress known for her role in The Gilded Age, has been by his side through major career moments, including the premiere of Beetlejuice, where her engagement ring first caught the public's eye. Their transition into parenthood seems to be a natural progression for the pair, who have focused on building a life away from the constant glare of the paparazzi. The arrival of their son is a beautiful update for fans who have followed Theroux's career from The Leftovers to his recent success in the Fallout series.
Moving on to...
Brooke Hogan is opening up about a major regret following the death of her father, wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. It turns out Brooke specifically asked to be removed from her father's will before he passed, a decision that resulted in his entire $5 million fortune going to her brother Nick. At the time, Brooke felt she needed to distance herself for her own sanity and safety, but she now realizes the unintended consequences of that choice. Her regret isn't about the money itself, but rather the lack of control she now has over her father's legacy and the investigation into his death. She expressed frustration that the people she wanted to get away from are now the ones running the show, leaving her with no legal standing to seek answers about the medical circumstances surrounding his final days.
The situation is complicated by conflicting reports regarding Hulk Hogan's cause of death. While initial reports cited a heart attack and a secret battle with leukemia, later allegations suggested medical malpractice during a surgery. Brooke feels trapped because she cannot make any decisions or demand the transparency she feels her father deserves. She mentioned that if she had stayed in the will, she could have donated the money to charity or shared it with her brother. But, more importantly, she would have had a seat at the table. Now, she describes the situation as a nightmare, where she is unable to avenge him or find the closure she needs. It is a stark look at how family dynamics and legal decisions can create lasting pain long after a loved one is gone, especially in the high-stakes world of celebrity estates.
Now let's discuss...
Musical theater icon Andrew Lloyd Webber has shared a deeply personal revelation, identifying himself as a recovering alcoholic. The 78-year-old composer, responsible for legendary shows like The Phantom of the Opera and Cats, admitted that he hit a breaking point about a year and a half ago. He described a downhill spiral that left his family in a desperate state, with his wife feeling she could no longer cope. Despite his fame and success, Lloyd Webber realized that his secret wasn't as well kept as he thought. Noting that everyone around him seemed to know, after an initial attempt at rehab failed to stick, he found success through Alcoholics Anonymous. He now attends daily meetings, whether he is in London, New York, or his home in Hampshire, proving that recovery is a constant, active process, regardless of one's status.
This candid admission comes at a particularly difficult time for the Lloyd Webber family. Just as Andrew is navigating his sobriety, his brother Julian, a renowned cellist, has announced he is beginning treatment for prostate cancer. Julian had kept his diagnosis a secret to avoid disappointing fans during a recent charity concert, but he is now focusing on his recovery. The brothers' simultaneous health battles highlight a period of intense vulnerability for the family. Andrew's decision to speak out about his addiction is being praised for its honesty, especially in an industry where such struggles are often romanticized or hidden. By sharing his journey and his commitment to daily AA meetings, he is offering a powerful example of resilience. It is a reminder that even those who have reached the pinnacle of artistic achievement face very human challenges behind the scenes.
Next up,
country star Maren Morris recently shared a harrowing account of her first relationship with a woman, describing it as a nightmare experience involving lies and borderline extortion. After coming out as bisexual 2 years ago, fans were curious about her journey. But Maren revealed that her initial foray into dating women was cut short by this toxic encounter. She explained that she was clear about not wanting anything serious, but the woman she was seeing allegedly responded to the breakup with threats to Maren's reputation. The experience was so damaging that it has left Maren preferring to be alone for the time being. She described the situation as pretty messed up and deeply depressing, especially as a first experience in a new chapter of her life, though her friends in the community told her such drama is unfortunately common.
Maren's transparency about the darker side of dating is resonating with many of her followers. While she didn't name the individual involved, the severity of the allegations, specifically the mention of extortion, suggests a very serious breach of trust. It is a brave move for a public figure to admit that their journey towards self-discovery hasn't been a smooth or purely positive one. By sharing this story, Marin is highlighting the reality that coming out doesn't automatically lead to a fairy tale ending. It often involves navigating the same pitfalls of dating that exist in any community. For now, the singer seems focused on her own well-being and peace of mind, choosing solitude over the risk of another volatile relationship. Her fans are hoping that when she does decide to date again, she finds the respect and communication she clearly values.
Now to
Meghan Markle is facing a new wave of criticism following her recent tour of Australia. The controversy centers on a girls' weekend retreat at the Intercontinental Sydney Coogee Beach, where guests paid $3,000 a ticket expecting significant time with the Duchess. Instead, Meghan reportedly appeared for only 2 hours to conduct a Q&A session before departing. Fans took to social media to express their frustration, with some calling the appearance ridiculous and questioning why she didn't even stay for a meal with the attendees. The event had been marketed as a weekend of inspiration and relaxation, leading many to believe Meghan would be a more central fixture of the retreat. With a reported appearance fee of $150,000, the briefness of her stay has left a sour taste for many who felt the price tag didn't match the experience.
In response to the backlash, a representative for Meghan clarified that she was only ever confirmed to attend the specific Q&A portion of the weekend. The statement emphasized that she had a lovely time engaging with the audience and the host, Gemma O'Neill. However, this hasn't stopped the critics who argue that the marketing was misleading. This incident adds to the ongoing narrative surrounding the Sussexes' public appearances and their commercial ventures. During the same tour, Meghan spoke about being one of the most trolled people in the world, a sentiment that seems particularly relevant given the immediate social media firestorm following the retreat. While her team maintains that she fulfilled her contractual obligations, the disconnect between fan expectations and the reality of the event continues to fuel debate about her public image and the value of these high-priced celebrity engagements.
Finally,
the Duggar family is once again in the headlines following the arrest of Joseph Duggar on serious charges involving the molestation of a 9-year-old girl. The allegations stem from a 2020 vacation in Florida, and the family has expressed that they are shocked and sickened by the news. Jill Duggar Dillard released a statement on her family blog, strongly condemning abuse and offering prayers for the victim. She noted that they only learned of the charges through media reports and a text from a friend, highlighting a continued rift or lack of communication within the large family. Joseph has pleaded not guilty to the charges, but the gravity of the situation has prompted several family members to speak out publicly to distance themselves from the alleged behavior and support the legal process.
Adding another layer to the story, Josh Duggar has reportedly expressed his support for Joseph from federal prison, where he is serving a sentence for his own crimes. Through his lawyer, Josh claimed to understand the stigma of being accused and suggested that publicity can twist the truth. This support from a disgraced family member has only added to the public scrutiny of the family's internal dynamics. Meanwhile, cousin Amy Duggar King shared an emotional video stating she is deeply angry and heartbroken, focusing her thoughts entirely on the bravery of the young victim. The situation continues to unfold as the legal proceedings against Joseph move forward. For a family that built a brand on traditional values, these recurring scandals represent a devastating and ongoing collapse of their public legacy, leaving individual members to navigate the fallout in very different ways.
That's all for today's update. Make sure to follow us for your daily briefing on the stories that matter most. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis. See you then.